We're going to begin our behavioral analysis of the barbecue grill by creating a use case diagram. So we're going to choose Create Diagram, and we're going to pick a use case diagram, and we'll call it Barbecue Grill. So notice when you create a diagram in Magic Draw, you're given a variety of choices. There's a section here in the tool palette of common elements. There's the section that's behavioral or diagram specific, and there's also often requirements and other things that are presented as well. So you'll get a variety of choices here based on what sort of diagram you are editing. So we'll begin here and create a use case for barbecue food is our use case. And I'm going to auto arrange the diagram and then zoom to fit so it's a little larger. So again, as you model, it's often important to make things large so you can see what you're doing. I'm a big fan of the quick arrange. I really don't like to waste a lot of time on how a diagram looks. I want to just be slinging elements down and making connections and documenting things. So be mindful of that as you watch these. If it is a diagram that's going to be used for management review or as part of a key presentation, you may want to spend a little more time on editing it. But in general, I'm a big fan of just the quick diagram layout and using that as the basis for my work. So this is the barbecue food use case, and I'm going to apply the capability stereotype. So this is a stereotype I created, so I'm right-clicking, and we're going to go ahead and make this a capability that we want the system to have. And so it now shows up as a capability for the entire barbecue food experience. So I like to use use cases as my top-level behavioral container. They can own a lot of different elements, which is handy. They're convenient to work with, and so I just very much like using a use case as my top-level behavioral container. We also have a variety of systems and boundary conditions and other things that interact with our use cases and our behaviors, and these will become the linchpin of our effort to define the system context. So over here in the use case diagram palette, there's the actor, which is typically the people and individuals involved with the use case, but we also have this other set, actuators, boundary systems, environmental effects, and such. And these are all defined down in the hypermodeling profile. I've created a generic table that basically drags in the elements we use in hypermodeling. And so there's a smart package here where I just drag in the elements I care about, and that's what's used to scope this table. And so as we work with elements, I will drag them in here, and this provides you with the official definitions per the SysML metamodel. And so feel free to explore the hypermodeling elements table in the hypermodeling profile. It'll explain what all of the elements are that we use. So again, you can use them any way you see fit, but it's a good start to at least understand how the meta model creators intended you to use them. So in the case of the barbecue food capability, we can have the operator. So we'll go ahead and associate the operator with the capability, with the association connector. So notice when you click on an element, the smart manipulators pop up, and it gives you a set of common relationships that you may want to use based on that element. We're going to go ahead and say that barbecuing food includes preparing raw food. We're going to say that it includes cooking food. We're going to say that it includes preparing the grill. And notice I just did a quick auto arrange. Let's say we're going to put an extension point in for a rainy day situation that it's going to require us to, say, maintain the grill if it's malfunctioning. So we're going to put an extends relationship on here for it. And it says we have no extension points, so we're going to create a new one. Yes, we'll say maintenance required. Or say, well, let's say we say repair grill. And we'll change the extension point here to repair also. And so we'll put a repairman out here associated with that particular use case. Now, cooking food may involve some other systems, and it's definitely going to involve the environment. So we'll put environmental effects out here. And that could be related to both the preparing and the cooking food. And let's go ahead, and we can even specialize these. That's not what I wanted. So we're going to refactor this and convert it to environmental effect. So again, the nice thing about this, when you get a mistake, you can just usually refactor very simply to correct it. Let's say we have rain, and let's say we want to put a snow on here also. And again, I need to refactor that from an actor to an environmental effect. So we're just going to convert this to another environmental effect. So I've got rain and snow. We've got the includes relationships for preparing raw food. We've got the cooking food, preparing the grill, repairing the grill. Let's throw one more on here. Just say serving food, which will involve the operator. And the operator is also going to be involved in the preparing and the cooking operations. So again, you can use whatever rules you like as far as how you choose to connect these. I could very easily just connect the operator to the barbecuing food and then assume through the include relationships that he's involved with the rest. I chose to make direct connections. So you can use whatever rules you prefer. We'll also say that the cooking food is engaged with a boundary system of the fuel supply. And it could be involved with the preparing if we say that loading the fuel is part of that. So we've just taken a quick stab at creating this use case diagram. Again, it may not be the best use case diagram for a barbecue, but it's going to serve as the basis for our functional decomposition. And so if we look over here in the containment tree, we'll see that Magic Draw kind of made a mess. There's material, elements all created in the package we were working in. And so I like to clean this up. And so I'm going to drag all of my use case elements into the use case elements package. And it's warning me that, do I want to move the relations? And I'm going to say yes. So those will all get moved. And I'm going to drag the use cases into the use case package. So now I have a nice, tidy package and structure here where all the use cases are in one package and all the elements that should be in my context are in the other. And I just realized we should have the barbecue grill here as part of the system, and so we'll go ahead and we'll create that. And it's going to be involved just in the overall capability, so we'll do that and drag that in. So there we go. You can use whatever rules that you see fit to develop this, but at the end of the day, we are trying to define what the highest level behaviors are, as well as what individuals, actors, and other context elements are present in the system context. That's our objective at this point.